What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Connor Speed6. Today we are back in Forza Horizon 5 and we are touching on an all-new car that we have for Car Pass with the all-new season in Forza Horizon 5. Now, some of you who've been around my channel know that I'm a bit addicted and obsessed with a couple things in my life. A couple of those would be tacos, Pop-Tarts, and then rally racing and Mazda. My channel name, as well as multiple forum names of mine, currently and in the past, have all been based off of the Mazda Speed 6, or the Mazda MPS in Europe and I believe Australia, they're called the MPS. What does that have to do with Forza Horizon 5? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is because we have the all-new to Forza Horizon, the 1992 Mazda 323 GTR. So the car was released on February 10th of 2022, of course. It has stock 207 horsepower, and a lot of people actually call this a sort of like a poor man's Pulsar or something like that. It is a fantastic little retro rally car in the game. And wouldn't you know it, I already have myself and the community an A-Class rally build put out for this car. As you can see, it's one of the best or highest rated cars I have in my A-Class rally. And you can see I have two of the three most OP rally cars for A-Class right here in the top 4, and there sits the 323 GTR. So let's take a look at this build really quick. So as you can see, it was A-Class all-wheel drive. This car does come stock all-wheel drive, which is fantastic. I did end up swapping in the 3.8 liter V6 twin turbo, which I believe is a GTR engine. I think it may come from the R35, I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comments section below. I'm most likely wrong, but we'll find out. Left in the all-wheel drive, of course, threw in some front and rear Forza Aero. I did not add any side skirts or any type of hood upgrades or anything like that, all for just saving PI. Tires, I did put on the off-road tires. I left the front tire width stock, but I did widen the rears all the way. I put on some heavier wheels, that way I could have a little bit of a PI drop there and throw in a little bit more power, because we all know more power is king. Front wheel size upgraded to 16 inches, rear wheel size upgraded to 16 as well. Wheel spacers all the way, as well as the rear wheel spacer, so I've got it as wide as possible, and it looks really mean and aggressive. I did put in the race transmission. It's just the 6-speed race transmission with the rally diff. And then we went to the brake upgrades because I have 600 some odd horsepower in this car. I had to be able to slow the damn thing down. So I have race brakes, rally suspension, front and rear anti-roll bars installed. I do have the very first roll cage or body chassis reinforcement installed, which is the street, and nothing in the way of the weight reduction. Power-wise, we put in a plethora of power, left in the stock intake, installed almost everything else with the exception of the fuel system, that's stock. We've got race ignition, race valves, stock camshaft, the race exhaust, the race engine block, race pistons. I've got the stock twin turbo installed because, as you see there, it adds 257 horsepower, and with the engine swap, it already put me at plenty of horsepower. The intercooler, I did put in the sport intercooler and the race oil and cooling. Now, the reason I usually install these is because they give me a lot of horsepower with minimal PI upgrade. Now, as for the tune that I do have in my car, here you can see I've got tires at 15 PSI. Here's my gearing. This is preferred. This was my fastest 0 to 60 and 0 to 100 time with the best sort of top end. Alignment, you can see here, I've got the negative 2.3, negative 2.2, 0.1 out on the front toe, and then my front caster set to 7. Anti-roll bars, I've got nearly full soft on the front, lowered it a lot on the rear to 15. Springs, nearly full soft again. I could probably get away with stiffening these up just a little bit, especially in the rear, but right here is actually where I felt comfortable. Front and rear ride height to 7. The front and rear rebound stiffness, as you can see, 6.9 in the front, 7.6 in the rear, 3.7 bump in the front, and 4.3 in the rear. Aero, again, I do have the front and rear Forza Aero. It's all by design because it was a little bit slick without this stuff. I could get away with bumping the rear aero up to maybe about 280, but I don't think I would want to go much more than that because that would affect the top end and acceleration. Brakes, 50% split, 140% brake pressure. Differential, got the front accel up to 80, front decel at 20, the rear acceleration 45, rear decel at 15. The reason I have the rear decel set to 15 is just to get the back end rotating slightly more with a 65 rear balance on the differential. So most of the power is coming from the rear. I could probably get away with a little bit more, especially since my front acceleration is so high. But that's the tune. As for the paint on this beast, it was done by one of my good friends, Rally ZX360, and he has put together a beautiful replica of the Thousand Lakes Rally ARA vehicle, I believe, from the early 90s. It's fantastic, so go ahead and follow him in-game. The share code for this paint is on screen now. It will be down in the pinned comment and the description below. Now, if you'd like to download my tune, like I said, it is available for download. If you decide to use it, search my gamer tag, it's ConnorSpeed6. That information will be down below, as well as Rally ZX360's paint. But yes, the car looks fantastic. It sits fat, it sits wide. It's a beautiful little car, and yeah, it kind of does look like a budget Pulsar, if you ask me. I mean, honestly, I'm okay with it. I love Mazda, so this would be my preferred vehicle. But yeah, let's take this thing out and see what it does. What I would like to do is take it down the Montaña Trail, which is one of the most difficult in-game developer-created routes. So we're gonna see how this thing does against unbeatable AI. See if I can gap them out a little bit, shall we? All right, here we go against some unbeatable drivatars. We all know that unbeatable just means typically fast in a straight line. We're gonna see how this goes. We've got a 22B and an ST185 in front of us. Now this car is actually really rapid in a straight line, and it actually handles pretty well. It's very surprising, honestly. We're gonna try to take some rivals lines through here to get around these AI, because honestly, they're just a nuisance and in the way all the time. We're already up into P3. Let's get that back end rotating a little bit. Let's go. Beautiful little power slide around the corner. If it was my 4-year-old playing, he would say, that was a cool skirt. You know, because when you drift, you say skirt. I do, at least. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways. Oh, big rear end. You're way too hard on the brakes there, sir. The car's great. It is pretty light, you know, for what it is. I again, didn't do any type of weight reduction in the car. And honestly, this 3.0 liter V6 actually sounds really good in the game. It sounds really mechanical. It has a really good sort of like guttural, like, I don't know, just a kind of angry sound to it. I actually love that. Struggling just a little bit there. It's really difficult again to race and talk and not sound like an absolute blundering moron, which I'm not saying I don't. But yeah, it's a good car. It's really fun. I think I've seen a lot of different tunes out there for A-Class Road. I would definitely recommend testing this out for your A-Class rally needs, especially. I took it out on one of the Rivals events or Rivals circuits, the Mangrove Scramble, and actually beat a time that I had set in my GT40, which is a really fast A-Class rally car. So definitely try it out. Let me know what you think of my tune if you do download it down below. I'd love to get a little feedback from you guys, just to sort of know, you know what I mean? If you don't download my tune, that's perfectly fine. How did you build yours? Did you swap anything in? Did you put it in A-Class? Did you make it for rally? Did you make it for road? Let me know. I am definitely going to be keeping this for rally just because I love rally racing and it's a retro rally car. It deserves to be as much. I'm really kind of upset about swapping in a different engine, but it gave me a ton of horsepower up front and allowed me to put in enough grip compared to the stock engine. I really was wanting to put in the 4-rotor Mazda rotary engine, but that gave me way too much power and it lost a ton of handling. But that's okay. I could have probably tuned a little bit more of that in, but it just wasn't going to be as effective as this. As you guys know, the tuning in this game is a bit more involved. This road sucks, by the way, right here. It's the bounciest freaking road I've ever seen in a Horizon game. But we're going to cross the line here in a very slow 3-minute 22-second time. I know that I have a Rivals time out there in this car of about 3:13, if I remember correctly. But we gapped the AI. That's what we came here to do. So good times all around. But yeah, as you can see, very fun car to drive. Definitely recommend trying this out for yourself. I love Mazda. I love the fact that we have a Mazda rally car in the game. It just really makes me happy all around. I couldn't be more happier unless they gave me a Mazda Speed 6. So please, Playground Games, please everyone at Forza Horizon 5 in the developer community, please give me my Mazda Speed 6. That would just make my day. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, a positive comment down below. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for more weekly content like this. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I have been Connor Speed 6. Until next time, much love everyone. See you soon.